The more you say no, the better your physique gets, by the way. Like, saying no to people cravings bullshit is gonna make you look better. I fucking talk to so many people, oh yeah, I can't get lean because my friends and that, we go out 3 times a week and then, you know, we have to go home and have kebabs on the way home and we have garlic pizza and this and that, and then I can't say no to that because they'll leave me. You sound pathetic. I'm gonna be completely fucking honest. You sound fucking pathetic. The more times you reject bad food, the better your physique gets. I can't believe I have to say this to people. The less you eat bad food, the better you get in the gym. Like, it's fucking stupid. Of course that's the case, and people still don't understand this. And you know what? I actually get it. Saying no to yourself or saying no to other people is fucking difficult. I don't know what it is about my fucking generation, including me included, by the way, in here. We can't say no. We feel like we have to be too nice. Like, you can't just turn around and be like, you know what? I'm just gonna go. I don't really want to be part of this conversation. Or, you know what? I don't want that. I don't want this. No one's like fucking brave enough to voice it. And I don't understand where this has come from. And this is me included. We don't do it. Like, I seen it, oh my God, I seen a kid in the shop the other day in Iceland, right? And you know how fucking old people, right? Not old people have their fucking trolley and they're like this, and they're fucking stood in the middle of the fucking aisle. They're like sideways. Bear in mind, there's a fucking food either side. They're stood sideways with a fuck off trolley covering the entire aisle every single time without fail. And you just want to fucking get past, get my fucking Lando Norris monster and bop to the gym next door. But no, you're stood in the fucking aisle like a fucking, it's so fucking annoying. And I saw this guy, he was in this fucking scenario, fucking the Cannon event, and he was just stood behind this old man. And he was like, he was literally just stood there, wouldn't even say anything, he was just waiting and waiting. And it was so obvious the guy wasn't gonna fucking move. And instead of saying something, he'd be like, excuse me, can I get past please? He just stood there. And then eventually, like, the old man, like, turned around to grab some more food and noticed he was there and moved out the way after like 30 fucking seconds. I'm just like, bro, ask to go past. And it's shit like that, bro. This is proof that it's for me as well, that this is something I need to improve on. I was in, where was I? I was in Broughton. I don't know, fucking, probably no one knows what that is, but Broughton. And I was in a shop called The Fragrance Shop. How fucking original is that? And I just walked in there. I wanted to smell some fucking perfumes and I wanted to dip, right? I just wanted to fucking see what's like, I don't want to blind buy. So I go in there, what's new? What can I buy online with a discount code that I found off a random fucking website that asks you to do a fucking survey? And bro, I was in there for like 10 minutes extra with my mate because I just couldn't say no to this guy. He was fucking dishing me out loads of different fragrances. He was like, yeah, if you buy 2, then you know, you get 15% off. And if you become a member, you get 10% off and stuff like that. And I was like, bro, it took me like 10 minutes to muster up the courage to turn around and go, no, I don't want to buy anything. I'm going to leave. And I didn't even do that. I like to sit here and say, yeah, after a while I said no. I just made an excuse and said, we'll come on the way back. And then we just never fucking came back. You need to say no. Now, saying no to yourself, I find is a lot easier because there's no social judgment to it, but still people have problems with it. What I will say is that you can't get out of this. This is why I think this is such an important video. This is going to be a constant in your entire life. There always are going to be cravings and there always are going to be temptations. Simply because, well, that's how the human body is designed. I talked about this, I feel like I've said this loads recently actually. Your body wants to remain in a state called homeostasis, and this is something I learned in A-level biology. There's always an optimum for like your body's needs. So you know, if like an optimal internal temperature, for example, that's 37 degrees Celsius. Your body wants to aim to stay around this point, but naturally, because of the ebbs and flows of the world and the environment, sometimes you get a bit cold and sometimes you get a bit hot. So when you do get a bit hotter, what do? You sweat, you release energy in an attempt to return back to that optimum point. And then you get a bit colder and then fuck, I need to get warmer again. So I'll get goosebumps and my hairs will stand up and that will trap more heat and I will get warmer. And this is what we call oscillating around a set point. And your hunger works the exact same. Like, your body wants to stay at maintenance calories. So if you're cutting, for example, you will get this feeling of hunger to hopefully in an attempt to return back to the set point, which is maintenance calories. You've got enough food to be able to keep it the same weight. You're not starving to death, basically. That's all your body really understands. That's what it's attempting to do. And so these cravings are always going to be there no matter what, especially on a cut, even on maintenance or even on a bulk. because you could be bulking, but you've only ate 2 out of 4 meals, so you'll still get hungry, right? So even if you're bulking, cutting, maintaining, it doesn't matter. This is going to be a thing. This is what your body is designed for, survival. And 2, the manipulation of modern food is going to always keep you coming back. Fuck it, I can name so many companies. Fucking sue me. Kellogg's, Coca-Cola, Nestle, Pringles. All these companies are manipulating your psychology every single day so that you will hopefully buy their food. And that just makes cravings 10 times fucking worse, because you're sat there only dealing with all this fucking hunger, and then you see a fucking piece of packaging that looks tastier than the actual fucking product. And then you go and buy it, you realize it wasn't as nice as what you thought it was, and then an hour later you get the same craving and you just come to it again. All because you can't say fucking no. So say no to yourself first. That's the first step. If you can't say no to anyone, if you can't say no to yourself, you can't say no to anyone else. And there's ways that you can do this, right? First of all, the more you say no, the better you get at it. It's like every fucking skill ever. It's just start saying no for the sake of saying no. Whether that's for things that are so fucking minimal, stupid shit, or things that will lead you to not succumb to cravings. So, for example, it doesn't have to be bodybuilding related. It doesn't have to be diet related for this, by the way. You can just say no for random shit. You could just want to sit down and play a bit of fucking Rocket League. And you know what? It's probably not a good, spending of time, allocation of time for an hour to play Rocket League. You know what? I'm not going to do that. And you can force yourself to do something else that actually is productive. You know what? I don't really want to complete the last fucking kilometre of my run. But you say no to yourself and you crack on. Things like that. I don't want to do that extra set of fucking forearms in the gym. But fuck it, I'm going to do it anyway. I'll say no to the initial temptation that I had. So it doesn't even have to be diet related. Obviously, if it is craving related, diet related, even better, because the skill's going to go up even more, because that's what we actually care about. But still, saying no to random shit. Oh, I probably can't be arsed fucking shaving my goatee today. But no, you know you're going to look a little bit extra scruffy and you've got somewhere to go today, so you'll do it. Right? Shit like that, just start saying no and building up the skill. And if you want to make it diet related and cravings related, a good tactic that I've got for this was to be able to say no, because you can say no in your mind and then 10, 20 seconds pass, you forget, and then you're like, shit, I'll eat the food anyway, because it's your reflex. I think, where did I learn this from? I don't remember, but what I basically learned was like, you have like reflex actions. You have default settings. That's the way that I like to put it, default settings. And when you aren't trying to be someone else or trying to improve yourself, you'll fall back to these fallback settings when you're not really thinking about anything in the moment. You know when you just daydream and you're not locked in and you're just AFK for a little bit? Like, you have certain default actions that you'll do that you won't even realize that you're doing. You'll open the fridge and be like, why the fuck did I even come in the fridge? It's a default setting, bro. You're so used to opening that fridge and grabbing a snack that now it is your default setting. So you can have this idea of, I'm going to say no. 10, 20 seconds go past, you fucking forget, and then you're back doing the same shit again. So the biggest tip that I have for this is walk away into a fucking other environment where there are no cravings whatsoever. Physically, when you're thinking, right, say no, go, right, legs, walk. That's something that I say to myself, come on legs, walk.